Well, fellow YouTubers, since we got Krusty up and running and completely mobile independently, we thought we would turn our attention over to Critter and get a new engine put on him, since plow day last year wasn't the best thing for him. He needs a new heart transplant. So Jeff's working on this motor that is going to be the new donor.
Yeah, we were going to go with the overhead valve, but it's just buried, so I can't get to it. This one was out in the open. I know well, I'm pretty sure it's a good one, so I'm going to clean it up some and put some different pin work on it and make something happen. It's pretty bad when the back of your tractor starts growing plants out of it. So, gonna do something with it, guys. Go make her mobile again. Alright guys, we're in the belly of the beast now. Okay, another good time to recap on the common Tecumseh problems that everybody has that nobody wants to fix. You know who you are. These points down here need cleaned. Is one of the big things. These wires I never touch. This wire right here that's connected to the, I'm gonna say the charging coil, and then this, or maybe this you call a charging coil. This is where the magic happens, we'll say. This connection right here always is broken, which somebody already did fix this. I'm not saying it's the best job, but all you have to do is get a regular spade connector, put it on there, loop the wire up around, and then put it in where this wire is going up to here. Usually the wire behind this cover, between the cover and this cylinder head, gets hot to where it's brittle, so you want to usually splice it up here. They didn't splice it there. That's usually where I splice it, and then I'll heat shrink the whole way up to the back of the coil. The other wire is a hidden wire, which it's right there. That guy. Where's my finger? It's hidden behind this piece. That's the one that when you turn the key off, it comes out here, and it's usually grounded on this isolated plastic piece. The wire connects there, and then another wire goes to your ignition switch. Well, that's not the problem I'm having. The problem I'm having is there's no wire going from this doohickey to the spark plug doohickey. So I don't know if this is a proper fix, but we're going to give her hell because it's already junk anyways. I have two other ones if this doesn't work. But we're going into the old Chevy parts again. And we're just going to get ourselves a regular coil wire. It's probably way too long. But they seem to fit in there really nice, like that. I'm going to trim this down to where it's probably got an extra 4 or 5 inches worth of length, just for messing up and whatnot. And let me shorten that, and we'll come back to this, and we're going to glue her in there. So hold on one sec. Okay, the hole is cleaned out as best as I can without completely destroying it. There's a little, probably won't show it. There's like a little spike inside there. Some of them have the spike, some of them the wire was like epoxied into it the whole way, so there's no doing what I'm doing with some of these coils. And I don't know which ones did it, but some of them I've pulled the wire out, or somehow it was destroyed. You pull it out and there's nothing there for you to even splice onto. So it's going to be hokey, forewarning. This has been, got a round file, and I cleaned that out, scraped it out as best I could, got all the random bits out of it. And then what I did was this wire, I did leave a little length of it on there at first, but now I just sharpened it to like it looks like a little pencil, to where it's going to slide in there, like funnels in. Now I don't have the wrapper, but it's like a plastic weld epoxy. Advanced sells it. I'm just going to stir this together. Yes, this is a 4x4. That's not needed. You can use cardboard, whatever you want to use, but just going to stir that up, and then we're going to dab our little wire into some of it and push it in there, and this stuff dries really fast. It's like snot. We're just going to dab some of that on there, and I'll show you what it looks like in a second. Okay, as hokey as it looks, it's glued in. It's drying still. And once it's done, I'm going to put some black RTV silicone around it so it kind of blends in even though you don't see it, but it'll just be another thing as like a little barrier for the electricity not to leak out, plus just more glue, more better. So I'm gonna let that dry a little bit, then we're gonna put the flywheel and stuff back on, and we're gonna see if this thing fires, and then the proof will be in the pudding. So if any of you guys have one of these, the wire pulled out, or mice chewed the whole wire apart, then you'll be able to fix it, hopefully, and keep your old Tecumseh running. So I got a different carburetor we're gonna put on. Once we have fire, we're gonna put we might not even put the Timwork on. I'd like to hear this thing run for at least 5-10 minutes before I put her on old Critter there. But that's the plan. I did have the head off this, and when I took it apart, the valves were brand new and the piston was brand new. I bought this off of a gentleman on Craigslist for like 50 bucks. He didn't know anything about it. I bought it just because it was complete. Had the tin work, had a bunch of other stuff. It had a different carburetor at the time, I do believe. I couldn't tell you which one it is now, but I think when the last time I tried getting it running, I put this orange one on there, and it spit and sputtered, but then I couldn't, the battery went dead or something, and I set it aside. So we're gonna find out today if this thing runs as good as it looked on the inside. But at a 30 over piston, it said 0.30 on the top of it, and then had 2 brand new valves on it. That would look like everything was nicely ground. So somebody did it correctly. I've never had the side panel off, but I did see that on the side cover, I don't know if you can see it, but it was silicone. So somebody obviously had it off. So maybe it has even a new connecting rod, I don't know. And this stuff seemed to come off relatively easy when I took it apart. New muffler on it. I mean, somebody cared enough down the line at some point, so we'll see if maybe it'll be a good one, and it should be pretty straightforward. Put the same motor back on the same kind of tractor, so let's let this dry and we'll see if it has spark. Okay, so after some fiddling, that's what we got. Siliconed up. It did have spark, I heard it, I couldn't see it, so hopefully it's good enough. I got my other carburetor on. We got part choke and put some gas down the throat of it. Let's see if it makes some noise. Let's be smart and we'll get an electric starter on there. Alright, no more pulling the rope. We're going to use electricity. We're going to give her some of Grandpa's cough syrup. See what it does. I don't know why I tried putting a spark plug in there. I did confirm we have spark with the hokey fix. The hokey pokey jokey. This carb was the one that was on Critter, the old engine. Whoa. Now the question is she going to be a smoker or what? Stay tuned.
Okay guys, do not try this at home. This is either going to actually work or Jeff's going to catch himself on fire.
Whoa! Holy shit! Holy fucking crap. Maybe we should keep chooching. This fucking thing smokes like a goddamn bandit.
Well, on the plus side, we don't got to worry about bugs.
Oh god. Well, there's another Tecumseh dead. You still recording? Tecumseh die. We'll give her one last fucking hurrah.
Take two. We're not sure if the smoke was for real or if it was just clearing its throat.
Contact.
Clear.
Come on. Holy piss. I'd say she's dead. Alright, I had the idle up a little bit high. I know that doesn't fix why it's smoking, but I was trying to keep it running. That'll be a little bit less violent. Alright, this is the last try. It seems like it needs that. Alright, try it again. We should get a gas tank. You still video? We should get a gas tank and let it run for at least a minute or two. Now we can deem it fucking damned. You think?
Yeah, let's try that.
Oh god. Alright, so we're gonna give her one last try just on the IV drip. See what happens. Because that was getting pretty violent. Hopefully this isn't as violent, but it's not looking too good. When I bought this block there was grease all over it, so it probably had blow by. And here we are, smoking like a sieve. Woo, Nelly. I'm not getting a long enough runtime. This sucks. I'm pretty sure it's junk though for it to be smoking that bad. Plus I heard it knocking. Or it could be just pounding off the fucking pavement, you think?
It was jumping.
Oh man. Tecumseh Mountain's turning into Tecumseh Shit Mountain.
In the valley.
I don't know what the hell you're singing. This is such a mess. How many Tecumsehs does it fucking take? Jesus Christ. You want to do it one more time just for shits and gigs?
Okay, 100th time's the charm.
I don't have enough. I'd have to go to the store and get gas. When everybody realizes Jeff Cure is just a big fucking hack. Just slapping this shit together. I'm trying to find a gem in the Tecumseh Mountain. Seems to somewhat be clearing up. We're gonna have to get a gas tank, not for this tomfoolery. Well guys, the hokiness never ends. I ended up getting like a 4-foot section of gas hose to simulate a gas tank. I had it run for about a minute and a half. It doesn't stop smoking. It's a good mosquito repellent, but it doesn't run good. She's a knocking more than just hitting off the pavement, so if I had to guess, that one's due for some rings and some machine work at the very minimal. So, but one part of this video is the ignition switch works flawless, or ignition coil works flawlessly, even though it looks like hell. So at least there's one nugget of information you can take from all this. So I guess we're gonna have to just wait, either get a 12 horse cooler out of the Horde, see if it's good, or get the 16 horse overhead valve Tecumseh and put on this. So tried going an easy route. I have some other ones on Tecumseh Mountain that I'm pretty sure are good, but just a lot of pissing around with these little guys. It seems like none of them want to be good anymore. But there's a few good nuggets over there. We're gonna go gather one of them or the 16 horse overhead valve, and that's what's gonna go on there. Or like I said, the 12 horse cooler, one of the two that I have. So I wanted to get something moving with this, something bolted onto it, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen. So that's a little update. That's what I tried playing with today, tractor wise, but to no avail. So we might give her a bath. That'll be one step in the right direction. So I'm gonna clean up around here and think of what the next move is. So sorry for all the swearing, just getting excited. So hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully that coil fix I did help somebody out. Maybe somebody else is having that issue. So let me know. Talk to you guys later.